You're watching today's video technical update presented by FXTimes. It is Monday, September 20th, 2010. I'm Fan Yang, your chartered market technician, and I'll go over some developments in the Forex market. The platform I'll be using for analysis is VT Trader. The US dollar started the week gaining on the pound but losing to the euro. It is sliding against low interest rate currencies in the Japanese yen and Swiss franc, as well as higher interest rate commodity currencies in the Canadian dollar and the Australian dollar. This video is being produced at about 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time during the New York trading session. Starting with the euro dollar, here's the 4-hour time frame. We see that the market has extended this first swing into the second swing, and it's reached 150% expansion at about 130, 40 area. This is also, when we look at the daily time frame, 38.2% retracement of this entire swing, and also 61.8 retracement of this swing. So there's some resistance there, and the market is struggling to break up above that. There's also this 200 moving average just hovering above. We do see the RSI break above 60, so there is a sign. Also here it broke above 70 and failed to break below 40. So there is bullish signal, bullish sign in the longer intermediate term, but in the short term we may see some topping action, some correction, some consolidation here. As long as the market doesn't break below 1.29, this euro dollar is bullish. And a bullish outlook in the intermediate term is a swing projection towards 1.40. Okay, so now moving on to pound, the dollar is actually gaining on the pound while losing to all these other currencies. But even in the pound, we had this breakout earlier, and we did have, similar to the euro dollar, a 150% expansion up to 1.57, 1.5730 area here, and then there's a decline. So here this may be a second swing of this correction decline, and again we should look for resistance, support around, and you see here there's also 61.8% retracement. So that was resistance there, and the market's following through, but we should expect some support coming up here, 1.55 area. Okay, so there the dollar may be strengthening now against the pound, but that may be temporary. But there is a test, so wait till the market tests 1.55 or somewhere in the zone and see if the market can rally back and break above this consolidation area. So basically breaking above 1.5650 should mean this market is ready to rally again. Looking at the pound dollar daily, we see here this this consolidation zone had this resistance at 1.57, and now the market also is seeing resistance here. The RSI has not broken above 60, so pound dollar is at the moment still ranging between 157 and 153 area. So unless, and that's the other scenario looking at the 4-hour time frame, unless the market can be supported at 1.55, then it could still be bullish. If it breaks down below 1.55, it can continue to reach 1.53, which is, as we've seen in the daily, the low here. Okay, so that's the euro dollar and pound dollar pairs. The US dollar against the Japanese yen started the week sliding, but since the European session and beginning of the US session, the market came back to where it opened and is remaining around that area. So there's still this narrow ranging action going on at this near this resistance, and this resistance, when we look at the daily, is this declining trend line. But even if that breaks, we still see resistance at 86.75 area, which is 61.8% retracement, and ultimately the range can be set up between 88 and 83, because if the market breaks above 88, we should start to see some more significant bullish action, more significant correction. Even though the long term is still bearish, we may have a bullish signal in the intermediate term if it breaks 88. Otherwise, we are in this range. We're going to start creating a range between 88, there's resistance there, and also 83, there's support there. The US dollar is also sliding against the Swiss franc after the market here retraced up to 61.8% retracement area, and this downsloping trend line here, or downsloping channel resistance at 1.02. The market topped off and has since this is a second swing to that, pointing towards the parity level, but we see some support already at 1.002526 at the 61.8% retracement, and this is really the threshold of the market. You see here there's a consolidation area, and here is the parity level. So if the market can be supported here and continues and breaks above this 1.02 area, breaking above this 200 moving average, then the dollar may have turned the corner against the Swiss franc. But even then, we would look for sort of a range resistance. In the daily, you see range resistance at 1.04. So if the market has turned, we still would see some resistance here, as it is the support area of this consolidation area. So we here the market is also supported just below parity at about 0.9950 area. So we may be establishing a ranging action type of ranging action, just like in the dollar Japanese yen. Here, if the market fails to break below 61.8 and starts to rally with strength, look for it to go towards 1.04. A less aggressive projection for a bullish swing. You see here we could have a second swing here. It is taking this swinging up here, and that points to actually 1.0260 area, just at this moving average and also this previous high. But if this correction is a zigzag, for example, then the market can go up towards 1.04 up here. The Aussie dollar is taking no break in rallying here. And this, you see in this channel 1, 2, this is probably 3, 4, maybe 5, and if this 5 is the same swing as 1, then it is pointed towards 0.9575 area, which is actually 161.8 expansion of this first swing. So that's actually could still be your wave 3. But in any case, here today we have a continuation type of pattern. If it could close above these highs created by this tail here, if it closes above that, your RSI is also higher. So in the daily time frame, we see a very strong continuation in the bullish trend. So the dollar is losing against the Aussie very sharply, and here 4-hour time frame, however, you see that the market is still sort of topping off with the bearish divergence. If the RSI level breaks above this previous high, then we have a continuation confirmed. Otherwise, we may still have topping action here for a correction. So for the Aussie dollar in the daily, it may look like we are continuing, since we are closing above these highs, but the momentum in the 4-hour time frame, in intraday time frame, we see that we should wait till this RSI breaks above this previous one to confirm that this momentum is not just slowing down at the moment. The US dollar Canadian dollar pair also is showing you dollar weakness towards against the commodity currency. So here's the daily. We see here possible bottoming action, but today's price action is invalidating this as bottoming. And the 4-hour time frame shows you that if the market can break below the 61.8% retracement, you see here is a possible double bottom, and then here's a throwback. The throwback came as it tested this resistance here, declining channel resistance at 1.0350, and is actually targeted towards 1.0050, as there is a bullish there is a negative reversal. You see the RSI here is overtaken by this RSI high, but the price level is lower. So there's a swing projection towards 1.0050 if the market can break below, let's say, 1.0250 here. That wraps it up for today. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Fan Yang from FXTimes.com, wishing you good trading.